and welcome to a pretty warm South Carolina patch today. It's in the upper 80s, it's humid, the gnats are out, and we'll give you a quick update on where we're at in the patch right now. Here's the tomato plants, about 6, 7, some of them maybe close to 8 feet tall. There's Tina taking care of her tomatoes. We'll take a quick look at her plants first. Here's our little prize jewel, our Mega Bloom, about close to a pound now, and still nice and green, so there's still growth left in that one. Then here on this next blend, some nice size single blooms, big sandwich tomatoes, hitting for a pound too. Plenty of young ones too. The ones that don't grow giant we'll just eat. Here's a large single, which is actually the biggest in the patch right now. This one measures over a pound, just over 15 inches. So on a single bloom, nice little tomato. It's not going to be a world record, but it's a nice fruit. On this side here are my tomatoes. Fruit is a little bit smaller because they set later. Here's one a little bit towards the top of the plant. Show the back side here. I've topped my plants already to try and grow the maximum out of the fruit that I set. There's a nice shaped one. There's one growing here. And one going right there. Well, it's fruit everywhere. Tomatoes. It's always a fun crop to grow next to the pumpkins and the melons. Alright, our main crop. As you can tell, our weeds are dying. We sprayed them a couple of days ago and they're slowly passing on to weed heaven. And in the meantime we have put up somewhat of a stump cover. A little makeshift hoop that is open on the back side, so the stump area stays dry and rains. Here's a 1605 sweet, looking pretty good. Nice dark green leaves. They recovered after the rains. They were a little bit on the pale side after 4.5 inches of rain in a 4 or 5 day time span, but looking really good right now. Nice dark green color. Nice shine on the leaves. Vine's about, well, should we say, about 3 feet long, maybe 3.5. So it's slowly conquering the patch. Show you from the back side. We on our back cups we saw some signs of rot, some signs of disease right after the rain. So on our stump we have some sulfur preventative. There's nothing really wrong with it, but just to make sure that we fill up those cracks that are in there, even the minute ones that you cannot see, with sulfur to prevent anything bad from coming in. Here's the Mitchell. Put something on top here to keep it dry in rains too now. This one's about 3.5, 4 feet long now. A little side vine going out there. As you can see, some sulfur too. This one was actually, and we applied the sulfur today, showing a brownish tint at the base of the stump here, so I'm not 100% sure yet where we're at with this one. I hope it pulled through and it's nothing, but it's a little bit worrisome. We applied some sulfur here today, hoping that it will help in preventing some of the bad guys from getting in. This plant had several drenches too, with chemical fungicides, biocontrols, the bacteria and the fungi, so I hope it pulls through. It's still looking good. It's got a nice color and it's vining out nicely right now. Then here on the other side, our other chosen one, the 165B. A little bit smaller, a little bit more compact. All plants have different character, and this one's completely different from the Mitchell. Right from the very start, they're putting out more vines from from the base of the plant, fingers. Looking very good right now, looking healthy. This one has no signs yet of the brownish tint on the stem, but stump, sorry. We gotta be careful, and we gotta keep a good eye on it, because as soon as it gets wet, problems will arise. Here, our latest addition to the patch. This is another 165B we had as a backup. A lot smaller, obviously. We planted this one across from over there, the 1164, because some of the backups showed us those signs of disease. We decided to put this one in as an insurance. If for some reason the 1164 here does not make it, we'll just grow out this melon to full size. And season's still early. All kinds of nasty stuff can still happen, so fingers crossed. There's Miss Tina showing a little trap. Here's a squash fine board trap. See what we got? Let me look, Tina.
Oh, I'm rubbing him so you can see him.
We got one so far. There he is, lying out dead. So the trap's working. And moving on from the trap to our biggest plant in the patch right now, our 1164, seed of our estate record. This plant's looking very good right now, developing very nicely. As you can tell, we've started guiding the side vines a little bit, and there's vines coming out everywhere. You'll see spot-wise sulfur on all of our plants. Everywhere where we cut a tendril off, where we make an incision in the plant, we will top it off and dry it, and then top it off with a little bit of sulfur. In the back side of the plant, stump here, covered with sulfur too, and obviously here are a little hoop to keep the base dry. Shape and the form of the hoop might change throughout the season as the plants get bigger, but we will keep the area around the stump completely dry during the season. We did this last year, and we've had foaming stumps before, but keeping the area dry I think was one of the reasons we didn't have a foaming stump last year. We didn't escape the rot last year, but we managed to control it, and I sure hope we can do that again this year. Alright, let's go and check out what we got right here. This was the area of the onions and garlic. Right now here we still have our two little field pumpkins in. Tina's about to start to support them. There's a backup. Again, little skewers to keep the plant up straight and guide it towards where we want it to go. And Tina obviously is doing a marvelous job at it. Alright, field pumpkins. Over here, I put a little support hoop on it. One of a Butylochias. That is, as you can tell, being eaten by bugs. There are, though, as you can tell too, some little blooms on it that are some little buds that will turn into blooms later on. Marigolds getting bigger too. These will get very large. The variety that gets up to 3 feet tall. Those are Butch tea, Trinidad scorpion pepper. Very nice looking plant. Still in good shape. Nice form, like a little bush. Little other species of pepper, a big Bertha, a big sweet variety, courtesy from Lowe's. A little gypsy, a little sweet variety. And there's another Butch tea. Here's Tina sunflower, growing pretty fast. Next to it here is a beefsteak tomato. courtesy of Lowe's. And there's a Cherokee Purple we'll use for eating. Small eating tomato here in the back, giant variety that we just well, basically let grow wild. Here's another little fun project. This is one of our giant tomatoes we had as a backup, and we're gonna grow it all the way up to there. We'll grow this into a 12 or 13 foot tomato and see what happens to the plant. See if it shoots us any nice blooms on top, and we'll grow it just for fun. Our herbs, basil and cilantro. I have to remind Tina that it's time for taco night soon. Right, Tina? Yes, taco night. And that's about it. So as you can tell, our plans are finding out. They're ready to conquer the patch, and it's still, well, as you can tell, a lot of soil to cover. There have been signs of disease, especially short after the rain, and right now it's dry, so everything has slowed down a little bit, but anything can happen. It's still a long, long way to September, so fingers crossed. We will remain positive in the meantime, though, and just keep on growing and try to squeeze a couple of fruit out. We will keep you guys updated. And as for now, from a hot and muggy South Carolina, over and out.